welcome to the walkthrough of the VLC website, the Virtual Learning Community. This is the home page, the VLC Home and Information Center. And the purpose of this page is to connect you with what's going on at the school at any time during the school year. On this left column on the first page, you'll find the Learning Commons information. There's a table of contents here, and below that is this video walkthrough. In the center column, we have what's new at Lee. We've got some pictures and some news stories, some information about what's going on or coming up. On the left column, we have social media links. There's a link to the Facebook page for Oklahoma City Public Schools. That's useful for any school closures or other information you might be interested in. There's also a link to the library Goodreads page and a link to the Pinterest for Miss Burdine in the library. Below that, you'll find an online calendar. The next time you visit here, there will be information about parent-teacher conferences and other important dates, events going on at the school, like the back-to-school bash. Those will all be kept on that calendar. Over here, on the far left, we find helpful links. This is going to stay with you no matter what page or tab that you click on. You're going to have at the top the library links, Lee Library's website. So we have another website that will link to. The Lee Elementary Library catalog, that'll link directly into the catalog so that you can search what we have. And then the next one is the broader Destiny page that has the databases and ebooks that you can read from home. Underneath that is the Digital Prairie. ODL actually provides some access to databases for schools around the state. And then I also included a link to the public library, the Metropolitan Library website. For those who are students or teachers in the Oklahoma City Public School District, you do qualify for a library card. Underneath that is the Oklahoma City Public School website. That includes district level information, and it's a very useful link to have. So those all will stay with you no matter where you are on the site. The next tab is School Culture. This tab, underneath the picture of our school, has the Lee Lion Creed. The students hear this every day because we feel it's very important. Then under that, you will find information about the site organizers. And please do let the site organizers know if you've got anything going on at the school or with your students. We'd really like to include that information on this page. In the middle column, we have clubs and activities. There's some links to the different clubs here with some pictures about activities that they've done. And then, of course, on the far right, we have student handbook links, which are available in English, Spanish, and Vietnamese. So that information is there for you. And then archives of what has gone on at the school in the past. Middle tab here, literacy culture. Lee Elementary focuses on reading throughout the whole school. So this page offers more information on how to find your next read, what literacy initiatives the school is focusing on, and literacy related clubs and events in your community. The first column here, find your next read. At the top, we have the Sequoia Book Awards. Students are the ones who get to read and choose the winner of those. So we try to get as many people to participate in that as possible. There's a little prezi that explains what the current titles are. Then there's the library's Goodreads page again. This is another way that teachers can use for students to do reviews of materials that they've read instead of the boring old book report. They can put it up on Goodreads, and then other students could look and see what their friends have been reading. Then there's the AR Books website. We do have AR tests available in the school. If you're curious as to whether or not your book is at your reading level, or if you are trying to find if it has a test, you can find it on the AR Books website. Underneath that, for faculty, staff, teachers, parents, choosing comics for kids and teens. Graphic novels are a great way to motivate kids to read, but finding books that are appropriate for kids can be challenging. So that's a little informational video to help you with that. In the middle tab, we have literacy initiatives currently underway at the school. Of course, as you all know, we have the Million Word Challenge. All students are challenged to try to read 1 million words in the in this current school year. Now, how many books that is and what type of books that is varies by grade level. So I've got a little synopsis of that here in the middle column. Underneath that, we also do Dear Time at the school, which is drop everything and read. And then below that, we want to encourage our kids to continue reading over the summer, so we've linked to the Metropolitan Library Summer Reading Program. On the far right here, we've got other opportunities. We have a couple of book clubs going on at the school. There's a chapter book club for older elementary students or anybody that's interested in reading chapter books. And then once a month. And then there's also a family story time. So those of you that have little ones, as well as elementary students, you can bring them to the school library for family story time once a month. And then there's some links about other community help. There's WIDS Kids, some tutoring at the Capitol Hill Library and other reading programs. And then below that, you'll find information about current exhibits. This gives a little bit of information about some upcoming events at the library. We've got Dot Day that we celebrate every year, and a video about that, and then Cardboard Challenge. And these will be updated throughout the year to show what's going on right now. On the Knowledge Building Center, the KBC, this is going to include information for students, parents, and teachers. Knowledge Building Centers are units that classroom teachers plan with the librarian to try to make the lessons a little bit more interesting and apply 21st century skills. So this is going to be more than just lecture and book work. And this is the perfect place to find out what's going on. So current knowledge building centers are listed here on the left column. In the middle, there's some other personal learning environments and helpful videos. And then on the far right column, we have KBC Archives. And this is where we're going to list all of the old units that we've done. And that's useful for teachers, especially that want to update their lesson for the next year. So that's something that they can refer back to and say, hey, what did I do? What worked? What didn't? It's all going to be stored right there. The design hall is for students. These are generally challenging questions or fun things that they can do. So we've got a couple of different things listed here as an example. We've got a fall question asking about how fall is coming soon. We know that the plants go to sleep. The grass stops growing as much and the leaves fall off the trees. But why does that happen? How do plants know what time of year it is? Trees can't think or use a calendar, and they don't have an alarm clock that tells them when it's time to get up. So what makes this change happen? The challenge for the students is to find the answer and then design a Powtoon explaining it. Your teacher or librarian can upload the video here for everyone to enjoy. Under that, we have a caption this contest and then a storyboard it challenge. And again, the design hall challenges will update throughout the year. The Experimental Learning Center, this tab is primarily for teachers and faculty and staff at the school. This is going to be kind of like a place that staff can go to see what's going on at the school with upcoming dates. There's a sign-up list for duties, and then also the library schedule so that teachers can sign up when they want to use the library. Current school-wide focus issues. This is what is determined by the SMART committee every year, looking at the different goals of what we need to focus on, and then our SMART goal listed at the bottom. And then on the far right column, we have our professional development collection. I've listed some books here for your use. We have all of these available. And then underneath that, we have some database links. I mentioned once already that you can use the Metropolitan Library System if you are a teacher, even if you live outside the service area, by getting a letter from the office on letterhead that shows that you're employed for the district. You will be able to get a library card with proper identification at the library. They have a lot of good databases that you can use. The first one I've listed is Demographics Now. That one's good for especially for if you're trying to do grant writing. Underneath that is Learning Express Library. It has some practice tests and other educational information that covers a broad range of skills. And then underneath that is lynda.com. This is a new database that the Metropolitan Library System has gotten. You do have to log in with your library card. It contains a huge collection of tutorials on various educational technology tools and other resources that are helpful for teachers. There's also more advanced tutorials for professionals on this website as well. Below that, I have some educational technology videos that you can use regarding your smart board. Next is the Help Center. If you want to build something like this for your school, this gives the information of where I found the template for this and how you can go about doing that. It also gives information about page level permissions and how you can get permission to add content to the page. Finally, we have a Contact Us page. I have the general school information up at the top with the school hours, and underneath that I have my contact information. So if you need help with the site or have any questions, you can contact me there.